Testing. Hey folks, welcome to my latest. This is just a quick video just to show what I have sold recently. Hello, Michelle. I'm here. I don't know what the hell happened last night. I was working on a GIMP video on how to use fonts, and I must have got up and walked away. And hey, Steve, thanks for joining. I must have got up and walked away and hit the start streaming button. So it was a false go live last night. But thankfully, I always have my phone on me, and Lonnie shot me a message and said, "Hey, Rod, did you know you're live?" I'm like, nope, definitely not. But I don't have a huge list. I mean, many of you know that I do this part time. I consider myself an eBay hobbyist because I do put more into it than I probably would a part time job. Just trying to, learn the ropes. I've been doing it for just over a year now, and it's really given me the opportunity to learn as I do, and that's primarily why I do eBay. I enjoy doing it, and I'm going to use it to fall back on if anything happens to my full-time job. Hello, Cindy. Thanks for joining this evening. So, yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Maybe you know I do sell on multiple platforms, primarily eBay. It's just seems so much easier for me. Poshmark, I've got some items on Poshmark. I've got a lot more to put on there, but with the move and everything, it's just been, to be honest with you, I have to roll the steamer from the other room into my listing room and put and steam some clothes to get the wrinkles out before I can list. So that's my excuse for not listing much on Poshmark right now. I do a few things on Etsy, and I just sold a keyboard the other day on OfferUp, I believe. I actually had somebody show up, so that was my first local sale. Positive experience. I've listed stuff on Facebook, but most of that stuff I put on there were higher end things, and I just can't deal with the flakes. So that's really the platforms I sell on. So I didn't prepare, but I did actually sell one item on Poshmark in the last couple weeks, and it's just I just haven't taken the time to go in every day and do your sharing and the whole social thing. I just haven't. I don't take enough time, I don't think, to actually join the parties, share in the parties, and whatnot. So anyway, primarily here we're going to go over what I've sold recently on eBay and some stories behind them. So I hope y'all enjoy. Let me switch that over. Okay, so of course, many of you know I was blowing out patterns, and this was just a lot that I'd sold, trying to get rid of them, put them in a flat rate envelope, yeah, $1. So nothing spectacular there. I still have some patterns left, but thankful to one of my viewers, I was able to unload a good chunk of them and still have more. But I pulled all of my pattern listings, and it really got down to, well, the story behind this is I sold a pattern and I didn't have it. I have all my patterns. That's one of the things I tried to put numbers on and maintain that inventory, and make sure that I had it tight. And I don't know, you hear those stories of things mysteriously being relisted. I don't buy that they're mysterious. I honestly think that I probably had it in my list of unsolds and inadvertently relisted that particular pattern. But since I pretty much burned through, I've covered my cost and way exceeded profit on these. I just wanted to stop messing with them. So the rest of them I'm probably going to lot up and sell in one big lot, so I don't have to worry about those individual patterns again. But it was definitely I made money on patterns. They were just um, I was selling them weekly, but I also had a few hundred of them up there. Hey, welcome, Lonnie. Thanks for jumping in. It's for real this time. Next time we have here is another pattern, 99 cents for that one. This actually came out of my truck. My wife had bought me a new stereo. Look how filthy that is. All the dust and well, it looks more like, yeah, just dust from wiping it down, I think. But this was actually out of my Ford Ranger. She bought me a new stereo. I pulled it up and listed it, and got $69.99 plus the $10.95 ship. Well, the shipping was probably a little bit more. I don't think I have that. If someone asks you if they should buy a large lot of patterns, what would you tell them? If you got a good deal on it and you don't mind listing them individually, things you want to take into consideration, which I didn't know this when I first got in. You want to see if they're cut or not. You're going to have questions about whether, if they are cut. People don't mind buying cut patterns as long as they're complete. And so those are some of the key things you want to know. The vintage ones do really well. Bridal, they do really well. Those are probably my top sellers. But would I do it again? No. It's just, when you have a couple hundred of them, it's tedious to list them, and the majority of them you're not going to pull. Some of the bridal ones, you can get $10 to $15 a pattern for, but the majority of them I was selling for $2.99, $3.99, which when I first started selling them, I didn't mind, but over the time from when I bought them last spring to now, I've really I'm trying to expand my knowledge on things that will bring a little bit higher profit. Not to say that selling things for $3 to $5 is bad. You just got to sell a lot of it. Yeah, I think that you do, based on what I've seen you pick up and stuff, you do a lot better. I definitely wouldn't. I don't think I would recommend that you pick them up either, unless you want to try to sell them as a lot and you're getting them at pennies. That's about the only way I could see doing it. So anyway, yeah, this one I was gonna go and see. I forgot. I actually had another. I keep forgetting when you go back and look at these listings and you see the shipping cost over here. I can't remember if that's actually the shipping cost or if they recalculate that shipping cost for the viewer. So it would be $10.95 shipped to me, because I can't imagine that was. I just want to pull. I don't want to lie and say I sold something for something that I didn't actually sell it for. I did. I know I got quite a bit. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, Lonnie. That because somebody called me out on that one time, saying how I was ripping people off on shipping or something, and I had to go through and explain to them that no, this is what it is. Okay, I got that pulled up. So that one was $80.94 out the door, is what I shipped it out for. Or that The 80.94 was what I got with shipping. So I've got another one I pulled out of our van, so I'm going to list it as well. So if you can pick these up pretty cheap, I would. I don't know what to look for as far as the best brands and stuff, but this is just a stock stereo right out of the Ranger. This is how those knives I picked up. I bought these at an auction, a live auction, and I paid, I want to say $20 for, I think there was 10 maybe 10 or 12 knives in there, and these ship real cheap. The knife was probably only about that long, and it wasn't in the best condition. You can see here looking at the blade, but you know, I think this is a highly collectible market. Knives are, because almost every one of the knives I bought in that lot, that condition wise they were similar to this one, where you could see a little bit of rust and tarnish on the blade. The blade itself was, you know, was not anywhere close to being immaculate. And you know, a lot of the blades that I had were filed down pretty good. So, but they still sold $15.99 free shipping. These are one of the few things I did free shipping on, is because they're so light. I knew it was only going to be about $3 or $4. Next thing, finally got rid of another pair of skates. Skates, you know, I'm always tempted to pick them up, but I've done well on some, and I've got some that just sit. A lot of these older roller skates, the quads, they seem to do okay, but you know, only if you're getting a good price. And you know, this is another one I did free shipping on, and I think I paid $7 or $8 for this at a Goodwill. You know, not a ton of profit by the time you paid shipping. I think I was actually able to fit this. I don't know if I was trying to see what I actually shipped those in, because that was, oh, we'll check real quick. But yeah, not a ton of profit in this one after you figure in your shipping and everything. That one I actually put in a I just sent priority mail. Oh, hey Glenn, welcome. Fabio, who's Fabio? What's up, John? So moving right past these, I picked up at a garage sale last summer, and I think I gave $1 for the lot. Ended up selling for $14.97. Put them in a flat rate envelope and out the door. These are something long tail. You got to find, you know, just the right person that wants those style of drawer pulls. Luckily, I finally found them. I'm glad. I was glad they sat on the shelf for, I don't know, probably about a good 8-10 months. This is not what I saw. This was somebody messaged me from YouTube, and I did not sell them for $150. I just wanted to make sure that was clear. I needed to put a spot. And what I'm doing is I'm going to start including my email in my descriptions. So if anybody does see stuff that I on my haul videos and stuff that they want to purchase, they can message me that way. But since I didn't have that information, they had to contact me through eBay. And so I created this bogus listing and put it up there for $150. So it was it was just a placeholder, so I could continue with the transaction through eBay and not get that slap on the wrist or temporary suspension for doing sales outside of their platform. So this actually sold for $65. total shipped. Okay, if you watch one video I did where I picked up, basically I went into this estate sale and they had this buffet that had these drawers and stuff in it. So I started thumbing through the SD cards and stuff, and they're like, you can have anything in the drawers that you want. So I put all these SD cards. These cards were in there. I've got a couple other items that were in there, and I paid $1 for the whole bag. So this is the first thing that sold, is one of these Husqvarna memory cards. Some of these are programmable, and I believe there's some that are not. But this one went out $40 free shipping. And again, these went in, I just put them in a padded envelope. Next thing, I have a Marine Corps tie clip. I went through this phase where I was trying out jewelry. And like I said, that's one of the main things I do, is because I'm into eBay hobbyist, I like to experiment with quite a bit of things. And jewelry is not my forte, but I still have a lot of jewelry that I still have listed and continue to keep it on there. But this went for $9.99 plus shipping. The one thing about jewelry that the biggest positive of that is everything is small, so shipping is, you can get away with sending everything first class in a small padded envelope. And basically I roll these up. I have little pieces of bubble wrap. I thought I had some here, but did he clean his desk for once? No. Anyway, I just cut a thing of bubble wrap it in there, put a piece of Scotch tape in, throw it in my padded envelopes, and out the door. This is one of my recent hauls. I did these. I picked up for, I want to say they were $2.99. These Philips Respironics. They're CPAP masks. To the cushions, and I mean within a week I sold this one for $20, $19.99, and plus shipping. And again, these are light. Just went out first class. Yes, Husqvarna does do. That's what I knew them from, was chainsaws. Those cards, I had a total of, I want to say five. This is what they look like. I still just kind of give you an idea. And it goes in, they actually go into an embroidery machine. So when I saw the name, I found it very interesting that someone I knew that manufactured chainsaws was also making embroidery machines. So I would definitely say, if you ever see any of these sealed CPAP equipment, I know that I buy things for my seat because I have sleep apnea, and I know I buy equipment from eBay. So I would definitely recommend, if you have space in your inventory, pick CPAP related stuff up. This is funny. This was in a lot that I bought a long time ago, and I probably gave $3 for the lot. And it's these, was it Fisher Price? Yeah, 1988 Fisher Price chicken nuggets container with, I only had the 5-piece. But this actually sold for $19.99 plus shipping. The only flaw, I mean, there might have been some slight fading to the decal, but right there, that looked like somebody tried to, I don't even know what that is. It definitely glint. I mean, definitely on the, I would consider the few things that I do BOLOs on, I would say CPAP equipment is on one of them. Okay, this is a sad one here. I finally sold this bag. I think I gave $7 for it at auction. I just saw that. I went back to the invoice. This is a vintage speed bag, and I sold it to somebody over in Seattle. $40 plus, and I put it in a. I actually put it in a um, one of my 8x8 boxes, and I did not test this out. I was looking at it as more of a collector piece and to actually be used. And they messaged me and they wanted to return it because they were actually looking to use it. So when they went to blow it up, it didn't hold air super well and it was bulging on one side. So what I'm going to probably do when it gets back here in the next day or so is I'm going to go ahead and order a bladder for it and, you know, update my listing with update the listing with it actually inflated, and probably include in shipping the original bladder. I don't even know what it looks like, but yeah, um, I, I didn't ever expect somebody to purchase this to actually be used. I have no idea why. This is a David Taylor long sleeve shirt. You know, I went through my clothing phase just like I did uh, my jewelry phase. I still do clothing, but I'm transitioning all that, you know, that stuff I picked up at Via Trading. I'm moving that over to Poshmark, even though I've sold more of those pieces. I had some of the pieces listed on eBay instead. I sold more of those pieces on eBay than Poshmark. I'm not saying Poshmark is bad, but I don't think they have the viewers, the number of customers that actively shop on Poshmark that they do on eBay. I don't think they ever will. I will consider that, Lonnie. I think that the bladders on those bags are, you know, $5 or $6. So, you know, you may be right. So anyway, this went $14.99, and I know that looks like I sent it flat rate, but I wouldn't have sent it flat rate. A balloon with helium, huh? Really throw them off when they get it. Um, I did sell that. I don't know why I put that in a flat rate. That shirt. I know I couldn't have, but I can't even remember that far back now. But definitely don't look at me for advice on clothes. If I see something I think it looks nice, I'll go ahead and buy it and try it. This came out of a lot that I picked up at auction. You know, I probably got a quarter, 50 cents in it. I'm pretty sure this came out of auction lot. And it just is Rick Sharp. I think he's an artist that actually did the artwork for the cup. And you can kind of see it's not. I wonder why it's not. Anyway, I don't know why it's not giving me the zoom there, but it was in great condition except for the filth on the bottom of it. I didn't take, you know, work overly hard on cleaning it. I think I took a magic eraser to it, but just some of that stoneware. I don't know, outside of trying to bleach it or something, what you would do. But I still got $9.99, and it actually went in my one of the 8x8 boxes that I have. I'm not a coffee cup. I don't sell much glassware, but if I accidentally come across it, I'll go ahead and list it. Here's another one of those Husqvarna embroidery cards. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. This one, I want to make sure. This one I actually took a best offer of, and that was $35. So $35 free shipping. These are I paid $3.50 for these. These are Flames of War miniatures, and these are actually hand painted miniatures, and Flames of War is like, I believe it's like a strategy game, and somebody would have actually taken, I want to say they're lead or something similar to a lead, and I believe they mount them on here. I don't know if they come like this or not. I know I've sold some of the Flames of War, the figures themselves, and I've got a pack of those in this list. But there was one flaw. This one right here actually had the gun that would need to be glued back on. But I tried to capture that as best I could. There, I set it off to the side so that they would know what they were getting. You can see where it was attached right there with glue at some point. But I sent these out. I'm gonna double check. I believe I got. This is I did it on auction. One of the few things I did on auction because I really wasn't sure. The comps were all over the place, and I started it out at $20. So that was a heck of a find as well. It included the dice, all these markers, and all these 1 2 3 4 5 6 9 12 15 18 21, about 24 characters there. So that was a hell of a find. I mean, this was one of those things I picked up at the auction, $3.50 plus the buyer's premium. Put it on auction, and just to see where it would go. And I honestly did not think I'd get anywhere close to that. I thought $20 would have been a good place to start. That's where I was happy. If I would have gotten one bid at $20, I would have been content. But I kept hearing those cha-chings, cha-chings, cha-chings. Thanks, John. I had fun taking this. Now here is another thing out of that freaking dollar lot, that bag of cards and stuff. I actually started digging through it, looking at the SD cards and stuff, and there was this Kokia, I don't know how to pronounce it, Kokkia i10s Bluetooth iPod transmitter, and $40. So let me double check, make sure I did accept the best offer of $35 on this one. Do I know what this is? No, but it told me what the brand was right there. And when I saw the comps for them, I was like, okay, well, that's next on the list now, that bag. So that $1 has really paid off. $40 free shipping, and again, first class. Didn't cost much at all to ship it out. This, I want to say I paid $2 or $3 maybe. Offers professional academic 2010. And I might have paid $4. If any of you want to keep me honest, that's fine. But turnaround sold at $49.99 free shipping. And again, this is first class. And I did not, basically what I did, I included in there that the product key is there, but I did not show the product key. So, anytime you pick up this office software, especially if it has a key, I would say that would be a BOLO as well. Be on the lookout. Here's what I was talking about, those little miniatures. Let me see if I can. I was going to see if I could move it to where you could see it a little bit better, but these are those same kind of miniatures that were in that other picture, that other image, that $62 sale, just to kind of give you an idea what somebody started with and what they created from it. So this was in that lot. This came out of a lot. There was 2 lots I bought at auction. there was Flames of War, and then there was another lot of books. And I went back through my records, and I paid 110 for the lot of miniature painting, modeling, books, and 50. I want to say 52 for all the Flames of War stuff. And just in a lot, I went back also today to see how much I've made off of that. So roughly $160 investment. I've already sold, grossed, of course. I'm just throwing out gross numbers. I think we all realize that there are fees involved in shipping. But I've grossed right around 250-ish on that investment, and I still have more books, more of the modeling books, and more of the Flames of War characters, like this one here. So it was definitely, that was one of my experiments where I was trying to say, okay, if I pay up, making a somewhat educated guess, or estimated value on my return, am I going to get a higher return by investing more? And I think I did prove that out. But you really have to make sure you're finding those, the items or the lot of items that you have a pretty good chance of selling. And and they haven't been quick sales. They are, well, in the last, out of those two lots in the last month, I want to say it was the last month or two, I've sold maybe 15 to 20, I would say, items out of those lots. So they're not super fast movers, but they are, I consider that relatively quick movers on those. And here's another memory card. This one, I took a best offer of $30 on this one. So again, out of that dollar bag, I already lost track of how much that dollar has turned into. This is this HeroScape Master Set Rise of Valkyrie, and I put in there 99% complete. And I just basically stacked up all of the pieces. I picked these. This is what the box, it was in like a little tote, and I went to the thrift store, one of the local smaller thrift stores, and they had these in this tote, and it said, HeroScape, unsure if it's complete, $15. So I bought it, and when I got it home, I had to go through and I had to sort through and find out if all the pieces were there, and it included the manuals. But what I found out was the tote had it had two different games in it, HeroScape, and I think we'll see the other one. Oh no, I already sold, that was on it. I sold that earlier. I was going to see what I got out of that one. The other one was like a game where you actually had, where you could shoot. It was called Battleground Crossbows. And so the only reason I want to bring that up, that sold back in March, and I sold it for $75 free shipping. And then this one I sold for $45 free shipping, and I was able, I think I fit it in a medium. This one went by weight, and both games I went FedEx Smart Post, and a lot of these larger items, that's what I do. I don't like using UPS just because their interface with eBay's platform, I think, is kind of wonky, and yeah, that's really, when it's for the larger items, the FedEx Smart Post works. It may get there a little bit slower, but it let me see when this one was actually delivered. So this sale went through March 12th and was delivered on March 15th. So it's to me I don't mind using Smart Post at all, especially for the larger stuff. I don't know if so. $45 free shipping, $15 investment on both those games. So figure $115. Did I add that right? I don't know if my. Hey, Murphy the Esky. Welcome, man. You're catching me right at the tail end of what I sold. So, but I appreciate you. Welcome. All this. I appreciate you coming in all the same. Okay, this is the big sale of the day. John from Nevermore Antiques. You'll see him in there. I haven't actually shipped this out. This is the book. And just to kind of give you an idea, it's basically a hair manual for hair cutting, and it's got 4 DVDs. And John one day was saying, if you ever see hair cutting salon books, pick them up. Be on the lookout. And within a week or two, I found this one at a thrift store for $2. Hardcovers were $2. Paperbacks were $1, and ended up I listed it for $150, and this is so funny. I listed it for $150. Within 2 or 3 days, I got an offer for $70. So I said, yeah, I'll take your offer. $70, that's fine. And I knew that was quite a discount from what I had listed at, but I figured I only paid $2 for it, so I wasn't, and I really didn't know the value of it. Even there weren't really many comps on it on eBay on it. So the lady messaged me right after she sent me the I accepted the $70 offer. She goes, "Can you do 55 because that's all I had budgeted?" I'm like, I feel like I was pretty, well, I said I was reluctant to accept your $70 offer. I said that was more than a 50% discount. So no, I can't go down to 55. I waited a day, or later that day or the next morning, I messaged her. I said, "Do you want the item, or do you want me to cancel the order?" She goes, "You can go ahead and keep yours. I found it for," I want to say she said 60 pounds. I have to go back to my messages. I found it for 60 pounds on their website. Well, first of all, I went to the Tony and Guy website and I found the same book. They were wanting $550 for it. So I hope that she didn't spend 60 pounds on an item that doesn't have the DVDs if she needs that. Now, I just say I went and I did the Google conversion, and I did 60 pounds the US, which came out to like $84 or $86 US. So just because I was feeling a little bit of a smart ass that day, I messaged her back. I said, based on my calculations, your 60-pound item actually cost it was like 8604 or whatever US. I guess where you're saving your money is in customs fees or whatever. And then I just left it at that. So anyway, I canceled her order or her sale, her purchase, and put it back on. And a day or two later, I get an offer for $120 for it. So I ended up turning that $2 into $120, less shipping and less all my fees and stuff. So that was my best flip of the month right there, definitely. And I also sold another Husqvarna out of that same lot. And I want to say I took an offer of $20 on this one. The reason I took, they came back to me when I countered their $18 offer with 30, and They came back with 20, and I went back at. I think I declined it, so they messaged me saying, you know, without having a book or anything to tell me what images are on the sampler, I really can't justify paying more than $20 for it. I'm pretty fair, so they made a valid point because I had no way of telling what was on this card, and because I think that's what it is they're images that you'd put in the machine, and the programmable ones you can put your own images and save them to the card, but these are this was just a disc full of images on it, so so I went ahead and said, you know what, valid point, I'll accept your $20. So and I'd already made a killing on that dollar bag of discs. Did I tell you yet that I only paid $1 for that bag of SD cards and stuff? Yeah, it was just. I don't deal with many flaky people, and I don't let it bother me too much. But it really blew my mind that you make an offer, you accept the offer, and they come back and want to give you a second offer. How does that work? And I think, for some reason, I had that list on there twice. And, well, that is everything that's sold. Like I said, I did do one sale on Poshmark. And I'm going to show you this creepy clay doll head I put. Stuff like this I love picking up. I don't even know what the hell it is. But I had it on. I figured somebody was going to ask what that head was on the last thumbnail of my last video. But it's a handmade clay head. But they did a really good job. Those eyes are painted, and it's very much handmade. You can see there's some aluminum foil. It looked like they used some type of modeling clay on a foil. On a foil ball, and gave it some detail, and gave it some Albert Einstein looking hair. My closet on Poshmark, I believe it shows you how much I pay attention. I think it's Dartopia. Let me go back in. I just started getting into Poshmark the last month. Well, I guess when I say the last month, there's a void of time in there when we moved. So there was like a week or two that we were in the process of moving, and so that was a void in my closet at Dartopia. I'll put it in the chat there. That would be it. And I try to go in, I try to do the sharing, but I just haven't. Things are just really starting in the last week. It started slowing down some. I'm starting to unpack stuff. I set up the game area for my daughter. We got the ping pong table up, so I'm slowly getting back into kind of a groove where I can start listing again, and I can I've got a ton of inventory I have to go through. I've got a whole garage of stuff that I have to sort through, so I know. Thanks, Sean. My wife picked it up for me, but I have to go through and do the whole hoarding buried alive thing where you take and you separate stuff and donate garbage and inventory that I'm actually going to.
Have you seen the ping pong?
They should be over there.
They're not.
Look outside in the yard.
I did. They're not there.
I don't know, hon. I'll be done in a bit.
Sorry, I was just wondering if you had seen it.
The ping pong ball and the paddles are missing. You don't have any listings up, but I've been sharing up a storm. Hey, thanks, Murphy. I appreciate it. Like I said, I've only got about 12 items on there, but I've got a whole 2 totes full of high-end clothing with tags. Like I said, I bought it through via trading that I need to steam and start listing and pack away and let that money come in. I do think it's a great alternative, or not an alternative. I think it's a great additional platform to sell on, but it gives you some freedoms that eBay doesn't, but at the same time you're not getting the viewers or the eyes on your, as many eyes on it as eBay. So I'll have to say that it's still up in the air for me. I'll continue to list on it just so I have another stream that I can do listings on. I do not cross post anything, and just because that's burned me in the past. Doing this as a eBay hobbyist, I'm going to coin that phrase. I can't. I found out that I spread myself too thin. So if I sell something, I've sold something on Etsy, and then, a week later, somebody tried or ordered or bought it off of eBay because I forgot to pull the listing down. Thanks, Lonnie. I definitely agree. You can sit and watch YouTube videos all day long, but until you go out and try it yourself, I mean, there's stuff that and one of the things that I think people forget to take into consideration is there is timing involved. So something that was a BOLO 6 months ago may not be a BOLO today. So I definitely think that people need to do a little bit of experimentation on their own. But hopefully, by the time as I go on this journey, that the more information I get, if it ever does come down to the point that I have to rely on this full time, I will definitely have enough knowledge accrued to allow me to do that. But yeah, that's what I do. But I appreciate you guys stopping in this evening. I am an eBay hobbyist today, still looking for my first sale. Can't remember the last day I posted a goose egg. Not complaining. I appreciate the extra time to list. I didn't have any sales today either, so eBay's broken. If anybody else has made a sale today and can confirm that my theory of eBay being broken today is false, I'd love to hear it. So, but yeah, I am surprised after you probably you had a hell of a weekend, though. It sounded like, I think you said you sent out 30 or 40 packages Monday. But anyway, yeah, that is it for me tonight. Again, Burvey, John, Lonnie, Glenn, Cindy, if you're still in here, Michelle, thanks for stopping in. And Steve, you're still here. Thanks for stopping in. And we'll catch you next time. Anyway, that's it. Catch you later. Oh, all the YouTube stuff. Thumbs up, subscribe, whatever suits your fancy. I appreciate that. Anyway, we'll catch you all next time. Peace out.